Long before a chip ever powers a computer, a server, or an artificial intelligence model, it is born in a place few people ever see, and even fewer truly understand. These are not factories in the traditional sense. They are controlled environments so precise that even nature itself would fail to survive inside them. This is where modern silicon is shaped. This is where the future is manufactured. From the outside, an Intel megafab looks almost unreal. Vast steel and glass structures stretch across the horizon, humming quietly day and night. They resemble cities more than buildings, self-contained ecosystems of energy, water, data, and motion. But what matters most is hidden inside. The moment you step into a fab, the rules of the outside world disappear. Air is filtered constantly. Temperature and humidity are regulated down to fractions of a degree. Every movement is deliberate. Every system is synchronized. Here, chaos is not tolerated. Perfection is the baseline. At the heart of this operation lies silicon, one of the most abundant elements on Earth, yet one of the most difficult to master. Raw silicon begins its journey far from the fab, extracted and purified until it reaches a level of cleanliness almost impossible to comprehend. Any imperfection at the atomic level can ripple outward, destroying billions of microscopic structures before they ever function. Inside massive furnaces, silicon is melted and grown into crystal ingots. This process is slow, methodical, and unforgiving. The crystal must form as a single, continuous lattice. One interruption, one vibration, one miscalculation, and weeks of work are lost. In these moments, time itself becomes a tool, stretched and controlled to serve precision. Once formed, these ingots are sliced into wafers thinner than a human fingernail, yet perfectly flat and mirror smooth. Each wafer will eventually contain tens of billions of transistors. At this stage, they look deceptively simple, blank disks of polished silicon. But this silence is temporary. The real transformation begins inside the cleanroom. Robotic systems take over almost immediately. Humans, no matter how careful, are too unpredictable. A single dust particle can ruin an entire batch of wafers. So machines glide through the cleanroom on sealing rails and magnetic tracks, moving wafer pods with absolute consistency. Every motion is logged. Every step is monitored. Light behaves differently here. Bright white LEDs reflect off steel surfaces, creating a sterile, almost otherworldly glow. But the most powerful light is invisible. Extreme ultraviolet lithography systems project patterns onto silicon at scales smaller than viruses. These patterns define the future behavior of electrons, where they flow, where they stop, and how they switch between states. This is not carving in the traditional sense. It is closer to sculpting reality itself. Layer by layer, the wafer is coated, exposed, etched, and cleaned. Each cycle adds complexity. Each cycle pushes physics closer to its limits. The structures being created are measured in nanometers, so small that conventional measurement tools are no longer enough. At this scale, even heat becomes an enemy. Even vibration can distort reality. That is why entire rooms are built to float, isolated from seismic movement. That is why temperature changes are corrected before they can occur. That is why the fab never truly sleeps. Artificial intelligence now plays a critical role in this process. Thousands of sensors stream data into learning systems that constantly adjust parameters in real time. If yield drops by a fraction of a percent, the system reacts. If a pattern begins to drift, corrections are made before defects appear. The factory is not just automated, it is aware. And yet, this intelligence serves something even greater. Every transistor etched into silicon is a decision waiting to happen. A future calculation, a future prediction, a future action. When multiplied by billions, these structures become the engines behind modern civilization, powering research, medicine, transportation, communication, and artificial intelligence. But none of that exists yet. At this stage, the chips do not think. They do not compute. They are still potential, pure, silent, and unfinished. They are systems without purpose, waiting for the final stages that will bring them to life. This is the paradox of the mega fab. It is one of the most complex creations humanity has ever built. Yet everything inside it exists to serve something even more complex, intelligence itself. Not human intelligence, not artificial intelligence, but the physical foundation that makes all intelligence possible. And this is only the beginning. If you want to continue inside the machines that reinvent modern computing, make sure to like the video. By the time a silicon wafer leaves the early stages of fabrication, it has already passed through hundreds of tightly controlled steps. But this is where the real pressure begins, where engineering no longer fights simple complexity, but physical limits themselves. Inside Intel's megafabs, progress is no longer measured in millimeters or even microns. It is measured in atoms. As transistors shrink, traditional design rules collapse. Heat behaves unpredictably. Electrons begin to leak. Materials that once worked flawlessly now fail under quantum effects. The fab is no longer just a manufacturing site. It becomes a laboratory where physics, chemistry, and computation collide every second. To survive at this edge, Intel has reimagined how chips are built. Modern processors are no longer flat. They are vertical. Transistors stack upward, gates wrap around channels, and layers interlock in 3 dimensions. This shift transforms the fab itself. New tools are required. New inspection methods emerge. New failure modes appear and must be eliminated before they cascade. Every wafer is now a living dataset. As it moves through the fab, it is scanned, measured, and analyzed continuously. Optical inspection systems search for imperfections invisible to the human eye. Electron microscopes verify atomic alignment. AI models compare each wafer against idealized digital twins, detecting deviations before they become defects. Nothing is left to chance. When a wafer fails, it is not discarded blindly. Engineers trace the failure backward through thousands of variables, temperature gradients, chemical concentrations, tool vibrations, exposure timings. The fab remembers everything, and it learns. This is where artificial intelligence reshapes manufacturing. Instead of relying solely on human intuition, machine learning systems predict outcomes before they occur. They adjust parameters dynamically, reroute production paths, and optimize yield in real time. In many cases, the system detects problems before engineers even know where to look. The factory is no longer reactive. It is predictive. Once transistor layers are complete, the wafer enters a new phase, separation and packaging. Precision lasers cut individual dies from the silicon disk, each one a complete computing engine. These dies are microscopic, fragile, and immensely valuable. A single mistake here can destroy weeks of work. Robotic arms handle them with movements smoother than any human hand. They align dies onto advanced substrates, connect them through microscopic solder bumps, and seal them into multi-chip packages. Increasingly, multiple dies are combined into a single module, logic, memory, and acceleration stacked together. This is how modern performance scales. But building power is only half the challenge. Controlling heat becomes just as critical. Advanced cooling solutions are integrated directly into the package. Heat spreaders are machined to micron tolerances. Thermal paths are simulated, tested, and validated repeatedly. Before any processor leaves the fab, it is pushed to its limits. Stress tests flood chips with electrical load and heat. Test benches simulate years of operation in days. Chips that fail are analyzed, not hidden. Their failures improve the next generation. Only after surviving this gauntlet does a processor earn the right to move forward. Yet even now, the chip is incomplete. Its destiny lies beyond the fab, inside data centers, research labs, vehicles, hospitals, and cities. The fab does not create intelligence directly. It creates the capacity for intelligence at scale. This is why Intel's megafabs are more than factories. They are strategic assets, national infrastructure, anchors of technological sovereignty. Every improvement in yield, every reduction in defect rate, every breakthrough in transistor design echoes outward, accelerating scientific discovery, enabling artificial intelligence, reshaping economies. And the race never stops. Even as one generation enters mass production, another is already under development next door. Engineers test new materials, new architectures, new ways to push silicon further than it was ever meant to go. The fab is always becoming something else. This constant reinvention is the true engine behind modern computing. If you want to see where all of this leads, and what these chips ultimately power, make sure to subscribe to the channel. When a processor finally leaves Intel's megafab, its journey is far from over. In fact, this is where its real influence begins. Created, tracked, and transported through tightly controlled supply chains, these chips disperse across the world. They enter data centers the size of cities. They slide into supercomputers solving problems too complex for any human mind. They power systems that never sleep, networks that sense, predict, and decide at speeds no biological intelligence can match. And yet, every one of those capabilities traces back to the same origin: the fab. Inside data centers, thousands of processors work in synchronized silence. They train artificial intelligence models that recognize diseases before symptoms appear. They simulate climate systems decades into the future. They search for new materials, new medicines, new answers hidden inside oceans of data. None of this intelligence exists in isolation. It is the result of scale, billions of transistors switching flawlessly, trillions of times per second. This scale is what Intel's megafabs are designed to deliver. As the world's demands grow, so does the pressure on silicon. Artificial intelligence models grow larger. Simulations grow more detailed. Infrastructure grows more interconnected. Each leap forward requires more performance, more efficiency, and more reliability, without margin for error. To meet this demand, the fab itself evolves. Digital twins now mirror entire factories in real time, allowing engineers to test changes virtually before they ever touch physical systems. AI-driven optimization continuously reshapes production flows. Sustainability systems recycle water, recover heat, and reduce energy waste, not as an afterthought, but as a requirement for survival at this scale. The modern megafab is not just fast. It is adaptive. But perhaps the most important transformation is strategic. Semiconductors are no longer just commercial products. They are foundations of national security, economic stability, and technological independence. Governments invest billions to secure supply chains. Entire ecosystems rise around fabrication hubs. The fab becomes a geopolitical instrument as much as an industrial one. Every new facility reshapes global balance. Inside these walls, engineers do not just think about the next chip. They think in decades. Roadmaps stretch far into the future, outlining nodes that do not yet exist, materials not yet proven, architectures not yet invented. Each generation builds upon the last, compressing more capability into less space, extracting more intelligence from fewer atoms. The limits are no longer mechanical. They are fundamental. At nanometer scales, electrons behave less like particles and more like probabilities. Heat becomes noise. Control becomes statistical. This is where innovation slows or accelerates, depending on who adapts first. Intel's strategy is not to avoid these limits, but to engineer around them through new transistor designs, advanced packaging, and radical integration. Vertical stacking replaces horizontal expansion. Heterogeneous architectures replace monolithic designs. Software and hardware co-evolve, shaping each other in real time. The fab becomes the meeting point of all these forces. And still, the machines keep running. Day turns into night. Night turns into day. The factory does not pause for reflection. It measures success in yield curves, defect densities, and performance per watt. Quiet metrics with enormous consequences. Because every improvement ripples outward. A more efficient chip reduces energy consumption across millions of servers. A faster interconnect accelerates research timelines worldwide. A more reliable process stabilizes entire industries built on computation. The fab's influence is invisible, but absolute. This is the unseen infrastructure of modern civilization. Most people will never enter a mega fab. They will never see the machines, the wafers, the light that etches intelligence into matter. But they will live inside the results, every time a model predicts, a system responds, or a network adapts. And the pace will only accelerate. As artificial intelligence grows more capable, it demands more silicon. As silicon becomes more powerful, intelligence expands into new domains. This feedback loop defines the future. The fab is where it begins, and where it is continually reshaped. In the end, Intel's megafabs are not just about chips. They are about control over complexity. They are about transforming raw elements into structured intelligence. About turning physical limits into engineered advantages. About building machines capable of shaping a world that increasingly runs on computation. And as long as that world keeps evolving, these factories will never stop reinventing themselves. What part of this journey surprised you the most? The physics, the automation, or the global impact? Leave a comment and join the conversation.